Today I'm going to tell you an interesting story about the life of Saint Martin de Porres. Saint Martin is also known as the Saint of the Broom. He was born on December 9, 1579 in Lima, Peru, which was then under the Spanish Empire. According to his records, Saint Martin was the illegitimate son of a Spanish nobleman, Don Juan de Porres, and his mother was Ana Velázquez, a freed African slave. In his young age, his father abandoned his family and they were left in poverty. But even as a child, Saint Martin displayed an extraordinary spirituality and devotion to prayer. He would even give away what little he had to help poor people, which shows his natural gift for compassion and kindness. At the age of 15, Saint Martin wanted to join the Dominican convent of the Rosary. Under Peruvian law, people of African and Native American descent were barred from becoming full members of any religious order. But because of his humility and unwavering dedication, the friars accepted him only as a servant. In the convent, he worked as a cook, house cleaner, laundry worker, and would even take care of the sick. After 8 years of dedicated work, when he was 23 years old, the superior of the convent permitted Saint Martin to take his vows and be a member of the Third Order of Saint Dominic. The entire friars in the convent rejected the idea and mocked Saint Martin for being an illegitimate son and of African Latino descent. But Saint Martin refused several times to take the oath, but later took the vow as a Dominican lay brother in 1603. At this time, he would spend more time praying in front of the Blessed Sacrament. There were also numerous accounts of miracles that happened because of his prayer and humility. One time, a contagious epidemic disease struck the town of Lima, Peru. Half of the friars in the convent contracted the disease. Though each of the friars were locked in their individual rooms, Saint Martin was said to have passed the locked doors to care for them and heal them. He also cured the sick people outside the convent, often bringing them healing with only a simple glass of water. This phenomenon was reported in the convent several times, leading the superiors to believe in the miracles that happened. Despite the many miracles attributed to him, Saint Martin continued to face racial discrimination both inside and outside the convent, but his selfless love broke barriers and helped sick people regardless of their race. Saint Martin also found joy in performing humble tasks, treating them as acts of worship. This devotion earned him the title Saint of the Broom. On November 3, 1639, Saint Martin died from an infection caused by severe illness. Later, he was elevated to sainthood and he was canonized by Pope John XXIII. Today, he is celebrated as the patron saint of racial discrimination, public health workers, and people of mixed race. If you like stories like this, follow, like, and subscribe.